Am I the a-hole? Trigger warning, Ableism 8F was dating my boyfriend, 18M, and this situation ended up completely changing my life and how I see him. We had been together since January of 2020. At the start, everything felt amazing. He was kind, supportive, and I truly believed he was someone I could build something real with. But we hadn't seen each other in person for a while due to travel restrictions and safety concerns. We mostly stayed in contact through FaceTime and texting. Then, earlier that year, my life changed in a way I never expected. In March, I was in a serious car accident and became paralyzed. I now use a wheelchair to get around. During my recovery, I only had a few visitors, including my brother, but my boyfriend couldn't come see me in person at the time. He knew about everything. We talked about it. It wasn't a secret. Fast forward to the day everything happened. He was passing through my state to visit his grandparents. His grandfather was very ill, and he was dealing with a lot of emotional stress, including a recent death in his family. Even with everything going on, he made plans to stop by and see me for the first time since my accident. I was nervous but excited. I hadn't seen him in so long, and I wanted things to feel normal between us. He was supposed to pick me up from my apartment so we could go out together. When he arrived, I went outside in my wheelchair. The moment he saw me, his expression changed. It wasn't warm. It wasn't happy. It was strange, almost like he didn't know how to react. I tried to brush it off and focus on getting into his vehicle. His SUV was high up, and transferring from my wheelchair into it wasn't easy. I asked him for help, just a simple hand to steady me while I moved from my chair into his vehicle. Instead of helping, he looked at me and said, I should be able to do it myself because I can transfer into my own car. He also said he wasn't my personal servant. That really hurt because I wasn't asking him to do anything extreme. It was one difficult moment where I needed support. Before I could even respond, he got in his vehicle, and then he drove away. Just like that. He left me outside my apartment in my wheelchair. I didn't know what to think. I just stood there processing what had happened. I kept wondering if maybe he was overwhelmed. His grandfather was dying. He had lost a cousin recently. Maybe everything just hit him at once. But even thinking that, something about it didn't feel right. I ended up talking to a few people about it afterward. One of my friends told me I should talk to him before making any decisions. My brother told me to end things immediately. I was completely torn. Here are some of the reactions I got when I shared the situation. One commenter said, open quote, him refusing to help you and just leaving is basically him ending things without saying it. Close quote. Another commenter said, open quote, you deserve someone who supports you, not someone who treats a simple request like a burden. Close quote. Another commenter added, open quote, if he hasn't even acknowledged how wrong that was, you already have your answer. Close quote. And one commenter asked a question that stuck with me. Open quote, did he know about your situation? Close quote. I responded that yes, he 100% knew. He was aware of my accident and my wheelchair before he came to see me. At that point, I was left with even more confusion than before. Did he panic? Did he get overwhelmed? Did he just not know how to react seeing me in person after everything changed? Or did he just not want to deal with it? I didn't have an answer yet. I didn't hear from him immediately after it happened either, which made everything feel even heavier. Then, about 12 days later, I gave an update. Update. After a lot of thinking, I decided to end the relationship. I broke up with him over text. It wasn't an easy decision, but I realized I couldn't move past what happened. The way he reacted in that moment changed how I saw everything. When I ended things, he tried to explain himself. He said he panicked when he saw me in my wheelchair and didn't know how to react. He said he felt overwhelmed and didn't handle it well. But even with that explanation, I couldn't justify being left like that or being spoken to the way I was in that moment. He asked me to take him back. He tried to convince me it was just stress and fear and everything happening at once, but I had already made up my mind. I told him no. Eventually, I blocked him. After that, I focused on myself and started adjusting to my new life, my recovery, and my independence. I began embracing being single and rebuilding my confidence without that relationship weighing on me. Later, more people responded to my update. One commenter said, I'm so glad you chose yourself. That situation says everything about his character. Another commenter wrote, even if he was stressed, a caring partner doesn't abandon someone like that. This wasn't confusion, it was choice. And another commenter added, people show you who they are in moments like this. Believe them. Reading those responses made me think even more about everything that happened. Because at the end of the day, I keep going back to that moment. Me outside my apartment, my wheelchair beside me, asking for a simple hand so I could safely get into a car, and him choosing to drive away instead. So now I'm left wondering. So tell me, am I the a-hole?